G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel Bonsai Works. I'm David. Today I've got another little Shimpaku, of course. Can't get enough of these guys. This one has been in videos again a few times. Repotted this one 6 months ago in a video as well. Been restyling it. Again, it's another air layer that I created a couple of years ago. It's really healthy. You can see it's after the repot, 6 months, it's really flush with growth, which is great. I'm noticing some wire starting to cut in, so I want to take them off and start to refine this tree even more. It's a little bushy, so you can see that it's quite bushy. Now it's the time I want to get it to the next stage, refine it, trim it up, and getting it looking good. So first thing is I'll start to remove all the wire on the tree. There's even wire on the gins, which have set now. So when you wire gins, when you create the gins and you want to bend them into shape, you do them live, like when they're fresh. So I pretty much gin those branches and wire them straight away and put them in place. So my birds are very loud this morning, so excuse those. So wire up the gins when they're fresh, so you can get a nice bend and twist in them. Now if I tried to wire them again, they wouldn't move because they're dead and they're hardened off. Okay, so there's also very heavy wire on this one, and I really want to get that off, and I want to see if I can keep that off, because the tree's got a lot of bends and twists, and I'd like that, but I want to kind of get it, hopefully that's set, and we can actually, really refine. I don't like having really heavy wire on a tree that I'm trying to refine, so that's the other thing. So I'll get into it, and I'll see what it looks like after I've taken all the wire off. Okay, so you'll probably notice all the wires come off. I even took the big heavy gauge on the trunk, and you can see the nice twisting trunk. So one thing I can see straight away with this tree is it's quite there's quite a distance here between that and that. There's not much branching in around here. All the branching is at the top. So what I'm going to have to do is put some wire, heavy wire again, on this tree, and try and get everything compacted a bit further. But heavy wire meaning just normal wire, not huge aluminium, but just back to copper now, and do the refining and do the full styling and tweaking. But I'm going to have to put some main on the main trunk, the trunk line, etc. I've got to put wire again. It's just so that I can then guy wire and compact. I want to try and compact this down a bit more. I want to try and shrink the tree a little bit small, make it a little bit smaller, and that's the way I see about doing it at the moment. Is doing a guy wire, compacting all this down, pulling this down a bit more as well, making a bit more of a kind of informal upright tree, but nice and compact. Don't know about these gins, how big I'll leave them. I'll just wait to see how the tree comes up. But that's what I'm thinking at the moment. Still nice little tree, really cute. It's going to be even better once we get through it, but it's a lot of work in terms of wiring. So I will pretty much wire the tree now. There's nothing else really left to do. I'm not going to do any shari work on the trunk because I don't know where the lines are yet. They haven't really been exposed. There hasn't been anything from this big one. Can't really feel anything just yet. It could be possible. I might have another look, see if I could do a little bit of a shari along that. But at the moment, everything underneath it looks pretty live. So I don't want to risk doing anything just yet to it. Give it time. The shari will appear, or the dead vein will appear, and the live vein will appear. So no rush there. But ultimately, yeah, just as I said, I want to really tighten this curve, bring this all down, bring the top more down, and create a smaller compact tree. Make it look a bit smaller. It's a little bit long at the moment with all the foliage at the top. You can see that if I would just do that, that's where the foliage is. There's nothing down here, but like highlighting the deadwood. So you want to kind of frame the deadwood, as they say. So that's what I'm thinking at the moment. So off I go wiring, and we'll see what it looks like. So just a quick update. Can you see this little guy wire that I've put on there? So I've tied him to the deadwood, tied it to the main trunk, or the wire on the main trunk, and I've just decreased that gap. You can see it's much smaller now. If you can have a look back and see the other one, it's much smaller now and gives a less gap. So I'll maybe slowly tweak it a bit more, but you see the tree's dimensions are already changed. This side has come right down in, then we'll actually get the top to go back this way, once we get the top going back this way, you really start to reduce the tree. And we'll probably even hide this curve because it's not the nicest, to be honest. But it'll hide that little bit of curve and just give it a little tweak. You can just see it, things like that. But yeah, I think it's come along really well. Already reduced by the guy wire. Get the top now back over this way, get all these wired out and fanned out, and we should be good, okay? Okay everyone, welcome back. So I've fully wired the tree, but I haven't actually positioned the branches. So what I did is put all the wire on it, pretty much everywhere. Probably need a couple more little small ones here and there, but pretty much it's predominantly wire, but I haven't actually positioned anything yet. It looks kind of like you can kind of see the shape now just by putting the wire on it and cleaning up. Pretty much I've cleaned up underneath the branches. You pluck all the things that are going down, pluck the crotch growth when there's two branches like that, a little bit of growth in there. Just by doing that and cleaning it up, you can really see the transformation of the tree. It's not looking too bad already, but you can actually, I think it's it's come down a bit more just by the wire. So let's I'm going to actually like a quick, I'll do a video. I'll record this and do a time lapse on me just wiring it up and finally coming up with the tree. So rather than, because it will take a while to position everything, and I don't want to bore you guys, but I'll do a quick time lapse of everything, and we'll see how we go. I'm still unsure if I need to put a bit of a guide wire down here and bring this down, or if I can wire it down. So I'm going to see if I can just wire it down with the wire. I should be okay. If I guide wire it, no big deal. But yeah, it's all good. It's all copper wire being used, so you can see there's not really heavy, big, thick wire on there, aluminium that I normally put on there. The twist is quite nice now. The tree's nice. It's got a bit of movement more this way now, which is interesting. More dead wood. Something happened on this side, and the tree's kind of on this side. So yeah, it's starting to tell a better story. Thinner, cleaner. Still got a bit of plucking to do, and I'll tweak all that in the time lapse. So we'll see how fast I can work. Okay everyone, so the time lapse is hopefully showed you what was being achieved. So that's the little tree now. Not too bad. Needs to be filled out quite a bit. Most of the structures there, obviously all the branches have to really fill out. I'm going to have a look what it looks like with a nicer background, because it's a bit hard to see the tree, but it's compacted more. It was a bit high, it was bushy. Now it's really refined. It's got all the padding and different layers, trying to achieve that little cascading kind of branch with the offset by this side, so you can see this side's a bit shorter, nice flat base. Got the gins on this side, the healthy tree on this side. Apex is kind of sitting in the middle there. Needs to fill out. It's probably a little bit young still, very hard to position it, but we got there in the end. But I think it's okay. I'm going to have a look what it looks like behind in a clearer background, and we'll have a look at it in a minute. Alright guys, so you can kind of see the structure now, better structure of the tree, the layers. Still you can see all the little twigs here and there that I'm going to keep plucking that are hanging underneath. So you can see those. You see that little guy there and that little guy there. You probably see better, look. But you get my idea. So much nicer tree. All the layers. This just fills out now and it'll be a really nice little tree. It does have depth. It's got a long back branch which I will have to bring in a bit more. See that branch there? I just want to bring it in. That branch there, I'll bring it in closer to the trunk, but that's about it. Other than that, it's a nice looking tree. Very cool and funky and twisted up. And some nice gin in the front there. Nice tree overall, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So another tree done, another tree back onto the benches to recover. And has all of autumn to recover now, summer, end of summer, or early in autumn to recover, and winter, so they look really good. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that video. I didn't mention the gins, but I'm going to leave them for now. They're a bit in your eyes, a bit in your face, but I'm going to leave it for now until I can come up with a solution for it, maybe reduce them a little bit, we'll see. But to now, at the moment, they're a nice feature, and we'll leave them there. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you soon.